Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Eptic Knowledge. In this tutorial, I am going to show you how you can update data in Livewire. So in the previous tutorial, I showed you how you can delete data in Livewire. So in this tutorial, we are going to see how we can update data in Livewire. So first of all, here we are going to have a update option so that we can update a certain data. So let's go back to our code, and here you can see store student.plate.php. Here you can see the delete option for the table header. So let me just copy it and paste it here, and instead of delete we're going to say over here update. If I save it now, then if I just refresh here you can see we have the update column. So let's go back, and here you can see the delete option. I mean the delete button for delete. Let me just copy it and paste it here, and here instead of delete we are going to say update. And for update we also need to mention a function over here as well. So instead of delete student, let's say here update student, and we also require to send the specific student ID for which ID we want to update some data, and we'll catch that ID over here in the store student.php. Over here we'll write a function for update. So let's just write over here public function update student. We'll give two first bracket, then we'll say over here $id. So here from here we are sending the ID, so we need to catch the ID over here. So we'll give two second bracket right now, and over here first of all we're going to declare a variable. Let's say $student equal to, we'll mention our model name or table name, which is student double clone find $id. So first of all we are going to find the specific ID. Okay, but before that let me just refresh over here. If I refresh here, you can see we have the update option over here. So let's say if we click update, we want to get the ID first. So for it let me just go at the top, and here let me declare a variable over here. We'll say public, let's say $s underscore ID. Then we'll go down, and here we'll say $this arrow sign s underscore id equal to, here you can see that $student, right? We'll mention this $student over here, then we'll give this arrow and id. So we are basically getting this id from the student table, from here, from this student table. Okay, so right now if we click update, nothing will happen because we did not mention anything. So here you can see we are getting the ID and we are storing it in this s underscore ID. So right now if we just say over here to second bracket, we'll say here $s underscore ID, we should be able to get the ID, because whenever we click this update button it is calling us this function, and then we are finding the specific ID, then we are storing that ID in this variable, and we mention this s underscore ID over here. So right now we should be able to get the ID whenever we click on this update button. So if I now just refresh here and let's just click on this update, and here you can see okay 666. Okay, the ID is 6 but it came 4 times. Okay, the reason is I write this inside the for each loop. Let's write it over here. Let's refresh again. Let's click over here, and here you can see 6. So just like the ID, we can also get the name, email, and the images as well. So let's go back, and here let me just copy this and I'll paste it on 2 and 3 times. So here okay, let me just go at the top, and here you can see we already mentioned the name, email, and the image over here, so we are not going to mention it again. So here we are going to say name, and here this arrow sign name is this one. Okay, and here you can see student. Here we are going to also mention name, but this name will come from the database table, which is this one. Okay, so after name, let's say here email as well. and this one will be for image, student image. So right now, just like the same way we get the ID, we can also get the name and email. Let me just show you. Let's just say over here email. If we save it, then if we just refresh here, let's click this one, and here you can see the email for this one is yummy@gmail.com. Here you can see yummy@gmail.com. So, but what we need is we need some input field so that we can update the data. So for that case, obviously we do not want to reload the page because this is Livewire. Otherwise that won't make any sense, or that won't fulfill our purpose for using Livewire. So what we are going to do is that we are going to mention a variable over here. We'll say here public, we'll say dollar update equal to, at the beginning the value for the update will be false, let's say. So here we are mentioning that update equal to false. So here you can see store student data. So inside this div we are going to mention a if condition. So we'll say here at the end of if, to first bracket we'll say here dollar update double equal to false. If update value is false, then we'll show the table and the insert form and the table over here. So that will end over here. So that if condition will end over here. Okay, let me just write it like this. At the rate of else and at the rate of end if. So let me just copy this store student data from this h2 tag to up until this table. So let me just cut it from here, Control X, and I'll paste it inside this if condition. And here you can see the if condition started over here and it ended over here, else, and inside this else, let's just say something else. Let's say update. So right now, if we save it, then if we just refresh here and if we click update, the table still would be here, because what we want is that when we click the update button, we want the value of this dollar update change from false to update, false to true. Okay. So for that case, here you can see this is our update function. So inside this update function, we are going to say dollar this arrow sign update equal to, here we will say true. So when the value of update is true, then it fulfills the else condition. So it will come to else condition and show us this update option. So right now, if we save it, then if we just refresh here and if we click update, here you can see it is showing us update. And this Livewire tutorial is coming from the welcome.blade.php. Okay, let me just show you so that you don't get any confuse. Here you can see Livewire tutorial. Okay. Okay, let me just close it. We do not require that. So right now, what we want is that inside this else condition, we need some input field so that we can update the data. Let's say here update student data, and let's mention a form over here. And inside this form, we are going to say over here, we'll say where clone submit dot, at the beginning will prevent from uploading equal to, we need to mention a function name which we'll write over here. Let's say function name will be update data. Okay, and inside this form, what we have in this, what we want to update in the update form, and that will be it will be name, email, and the image, right? So here let's say level it will be name, and here we're going to say input type, it will be text, and we do not require name equal to this one. Instead of this, for Livewire we need where model equal to, we'll give double quotation, and this time for name you cannot just declare any variable for where model. So here you can see that we're getting the update value name in this variable which we have over here. We have name, email, and image, and here you can see s_id. So here we need to inside this where model we need to mention this dollar name, then dollar email, then dollar image, because we have mentioned the same variable over here. If you want to declare different variable for update, you can do it over here. Then you need to mention it over here and then here, but let's just keep it simple. So here we are going to say name. So let me just copy this one. So after name we'll have the email, and this one will be for the image. And we also require a submit button. So here we are going to say email, input type it will be email, and wire model email. And here you can see right now we have one more thing, that is image. So let's say here choose new image, and inside the wire model we'll say image, and this one will be the submit button. So we do not require name, so instead of input type it will be submit. And for submit button we do not require wire model, so we'll just say over here value it will be update. So right now if we save it, then if we just refresh here and we'll click on this update option, and here you can see we have the name, email, and the photo like this. Okay, let me just go back, and here for image input type will be file. Let's save it, let's refresh again, let's click update. Okay, no file chosen. Okay, don't worry, we'll fix this image part later, but let's just update the name and the image first, name and the email first. So let's go back, and right now here you can see in the form or submit event we mention this function update data. So we are going to mention this update data function over here in the store student.php. So we are going to say over here public function update data, then we'll give to first bracket, then we'll give to second bracket. So right now what we'll do is that we'll declare a variable, we'll say dollar student. Okay, let's just say over here dollar data equal to student, which is our table name, and we'll say here find dollar s underscore id, and then we'll say over here dollar data, this arrow sign, name equal to, and here you can see this name. Now this name will come from the database table. Okay, from here equal to, we are going to say dollar this arrow sign name. So after name we have the email and the image. So let me copy it, paste it here, and here we're going to say email. Okay, for this image part, okay, let me just copy the code from the top. Over here we insert the image for adding data in the database table. So let me just copy this, only these two line. Okay, only these two line. So let me just copy it and I will paste it here. So here let me just explain it. We are declaring this variable image name, then here we are saying dollar this image, just like the email and the name part. Then we are storing the image in the public folder, in the public photo folder, and here instead of dollar student we need to say dollar data image, then equal to image name. So we are storing the image name in the image variable. So after this we'll just need to say over here dollar data, this arrow sign, save. So right now let's save it here and here. So let's just refresh over here. Let's click update for this cola email. Let's click update. Let's say cola 2 and cola 2. Let's choose the image. We need to choose the image for now. Let's just choose the image. Let's choose this one. Click open, and if I click update, okay, unable to find lifecycle method update data directly on the component. I think we cannot use this update data variable, update data method. We need to mention a different name. Okay, let's say here up data, and here up data. I think Livewire reserve this update data for some reason. So let's save, then let's refresh here again. Let's click update. Let's click Cola 2, let's choose the image, this one, click open, click update. Okay, undefined variable s underscore id. Okay, the reason is we are sending the name, email and the image, but here we mention $s underscore id. So we also need to mention the id over here. So let's say here input type text, it will be text, and name, instead of name we are going to say where clone model equal to double clone id. Sorry, it will be s underscore id, and we'll make it hidden. Let's say hidden. Let's save it. So we'll be able to get the id over here. And okay, instead of s underscore id we need to mention over here dollar this arrow sign s underscore id. Okay, so let's save it here. If you do not mention this arrow, then you'll get an error, the same error. Let's just refresh again. Let's click update. Cola 2, let's choose the image. Let's click update. Okay, I think the data is updated. If I just check my database table and if I just refresh here you can see Cola 2. If I just refresh here, you can see Cola 2, and there is a new image as well. So if I now refresh over here you can see the new image over here. But the thing is, what if we do not want to update the existing image? So for that case, what we can do is that here you can see the email part. So after this, and this two line is for the image. So after this email or before this image code, this two line of code will give this if condition, and inside this if condition we'll say over here dollar this arrow sign image, and this if condition will end over here. And okay, I forgot to give the second bracket opening over here. Okay, so here what is happening is that we are checking that dollar this image. It means if there is any new image is chosen from here. So if it's chosen, only then we will come to this if condition. Otherwise we will not come to this if condition. We'll keep the existing old image. Okay, so right now let's save it, and let me just refresh again over here, and let's click the update option. Let's choose yummy, let's say yum, and this time we will not choose any image, and we'll just click update. Okay, call to a member function store on string. So for this case what we can do is that I think we need to mention a different name or model name for the image. Let's say here image up over here, and let's go at the top, and here we're going to mention that variable which is image up here at the beginning of our store student.php, and let's go down, and here instead of dollar this image we'll say image up, and here dollar this image, instead of this image we need to mention image up. Up means update, just a short term. Let's save it. I hope everything will work this time. Let's refresh again. Let's click this one. Let's say yum. Okay, let's not choose anything. Let's just click update. I hope the data is updated. Let's refresh. Here you can see yum, and the old image is still over here, as you can see. If I now refresh, here you can see the name and email is updated, but the old image is still here. But if I choose a new image, okay, let's update this image, only this image. So let's choose a image over here. Let's choose this image. Let's click update. I hope the data is updated. here you can see the image data is updated. If I just refresh here you can see the data is updated. But right now one more thing that we should do is that once we update the data, it should automatically take us to the table, okay, at the first page. Okay, so for that case what we can do is that here you can see that in the at the beginning we mention here update equal to false, and here we mention that if update equal to false, we'll show this input field store student data and the table. And if the update data is true, update is true, update is true, then we'll come to this else condition where we'll show the update student field. So right now what we'll do is that let's just go down, and here you can see after the update data what we'll do is that we'll mention that dollar this L sign update equal to, we'll make it false. So if the update value is false, then we'll go to the at the beginning over here we mention if update equal to false, we'll show whatever we have in this if condition. So that's why we are making this update equal to false, so it will automatically take us to the first page. After this false, okay, after saving the data, we'll make this image up equal to null. So let me just copy it and paste it here, and we'll say atto equal to null. And let's also do one more thing, that is dollar this arrow sign mount to first bracket. So after updating the data, we'll just refresh our table for the view. Okay, then we'll make the update false. So let's save it. I hope this time we'll not get any error. Let's click let's just refresh here. Let's click update. Let's choose the image for now. First let's choose this cat image, update. Okay, now let's update this soup. Let's not, this time we will not update the image. Let's just say gem, and let's click update. Okay, the image is not updated, but the name and email updated properly. So I hope this tutorial was useful to you, and if you have any question or any problem, you can let me know in the comment section. So thank you for watching, and I'll actually really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. So stay tuned and stay healthy.